There it is. The sweet, sweet sounds of another episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club. This time, we like it nice and spicy.
Ooh la la.
Nice and spicy. Huh? Gentlemen, I know you've got, I'm sorry, Adam, you didn't get your delivery. I couldn't make it to Tucson today, but I've got some delicious Big Marble right here. And I'm going to, I was told it was okay. Adam, what are you drinking? I'm sorry, Adam, you don't have it. So what are you having to drink at the moment?
I'm drinking grocery store beer. It's a want kind of day all the way around. Nothing wrong with Sierra Nevada. Pioneers, love what they've done, but I like to support local. Just did not make it out of the house today. Calculus class started yesterday, so I've been a stress ball.
How is taking calculus at this point in your life?
After a 20-year hiatus as a middle-aged man, you mean? It's rough. It's rough, man. No, it's not so bad. It's an online environment, and some people thrive in that. Some people flail. I don't mind it. Oh, I hope I'm not freezing.
No, you're not. We can see you. You're freezing up thinking about calculus. You scared me, but you're not freezing. Adam Green, what did you end up making?
Whiskey mule or some facsimile of. Like calculus, I understand is u plus me equals us.
That's very sweet of you, which during these times makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Just like this beer.
Don't imagine it's any more difficult to do calculus when you're a middle-aged man compared when you're like 17 or whatever age it was that we attempted to learn calculus the first time. It's still calculus.
Think of a senior year of high school. It's about then. Hey guys, if you're watching right now, we've got about a dozen people who joined us. Thank you guys for joining us. Tell us what you're drinking in the comments. We have some phenomenal guests joining us. You guys have seen our friends from the Breadfruit before. Chef Danielle has joined us weeks past, telling us about small business and closing her restaurant as the pandemic came around. But we are here to highlight something different that they're working on right now. Big Marble ginger beer. Organic, local, delicious, makes amazing cocktails. I'm excited to talk about it, but before we do that, look at you guys. Hold on a sec. Look at you stiffing away there, Brett.
Look at it holding the bottle right side up, which is...
If this was Yusuf, the bottle would be upside down or possibly the wrong bottle entirely.
Yeah, if I drink it right out of the bottle, I might do this wrong.
Look, can you imagine? He's like, I got this ginger beer, and he holds up a can of Truly the right way.
It'd be a strong flex.
We've got some friends joining us right now. Chris McBeth says this ought to be good. It should be real good, Chris.
He knows what's that.
Annette, thank you. Thanks for being a part of the club. You're all welcome to it. And Sam Fraser is drinking Wren's Dankworth. So again, throw it in there. We'll show you guys on the screen. Tell us what you're drinking. But without further ado, gents, I want to introduce our special guest this evening.
Let's.
Our dear friends, Danielle and Dwayne Allen, the proprietors of the Breadfruit and Rum Bar, and now this delicious, delicious ginger beer that I'm about to pour over crushed ice. Hey, guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Is this okay? Just straight over crushed ice?
Yeah.
Just like that. Nice and easy.
Done.
You can enjoy it on its own, right?
Yes.
Or you can drink it grown up, which is with the spirit, of course.
I think a lot of people joining us are going to drink it grown up when they get their hands on it. Adam has it in a copper mug, so.
Oh yeah, that's great.
It's like the only part of this I got right, I'm pretty sure.
Or when you're feeling fancy, like a champagne. Nice, dry brut.
It is about 20 bubbles, for sure.
So tell us about the project itself and how it came to be.
Well, Big Marble, first and foremost, it's our ginger beer. And we've been making ginger beer at the Breadfruit or the Rum Bar, because some people don't know that it's one and the same, the Breadfruit Rum Bar, for years. And it's a recipe that we've been perfecting because we are always endeavoring to make the best, so we're thinking the best dark and stormy for us because we only serve rum. And over time, we have, just like everything else that I make in the kitchen, we want to make sure that it's made with the highest integrity and not, I mean, yeah, good ingredients, of course, but really, what does that mean behind a bar? And I think I'm quickly disappointed in a cocktail. And it was almost like Dwayne's endeavor to make me happy by making something super carbonated and really intensely gingery.
Which is exactly what it is. I just took one big gulp of this, expecting this to be super sweet, but holy cow, I got a ton of ginger in there. It was choking me.
Listen, we've been at this since sometime in 2013. It's really been a while. There's a video of the first fermentation our first attempt, I should say, at fermenting on our Facebook page. We're gonna see if we can track it down. But you know, Sam was really nice in Sam Pillsbury. Sam was kind enough to fix us up with some yeast. This was back in 2013, and we tried our hands at it, and it worked out. It worked really well the first time, and then subsequently the yeast would just die and it would go flat. And so, I mean, really, to say that this was a trial and error really just doesn't capture the full picture. You know, to really get out and think you're gonna make something like ginger beer that is a commercially produced thing, right? I mean, nobody makes it at home. My grandma used to make it at home many years ago.
But not like this.
But not like this. Yeah, nobody makes it at home. And so, like Danielle said, we just kept at it for no reason other than to make her eyebrow. See, her eyebrow thingy here. It does a thing when she's
look
pleased.
Like this, like I'm just angry all the time.
Yeah, when she's pleased and she won't tell you she's pleased, it's a dead giveaway because it does this. It just kind of pops up, just one eyebrow. Nothing else move. No other part of her face. Just one eyebrow.
So hold on. What you're telling me is that there's a token Danielle Leone eyebrow, and that eyebrow is actually a good thing.
It's a very good thing. Like it goes.
Hey, Danielle, take a sip of the ginger beer and show us.
Yeah.
You're saying the eyebrows don't lie? I was told it was.
They don't lie. And I don't know, for whatever reason, man. You know, if I make something to drink, it's never done until she's pleased. Even when I make things like I know she won't care for, I think she'll absolutely hate. It's always exciting to finally bring her about. So she is like the motivator right here for making drinks, like around this.
I just speak for the people, all right? Like nobody wants subpar cocktails in their life, and we need to put an end to this. So y'all are like, we have a valley full of very talented bartenders, and just like chefs, y'all need to be given proper ingredients, right? That's all we're doing. Like we're just, instead of being in our little bars and kitchens tinking around, we're like, hey, let's give y'all something good to work with. And I'm so excited to drink my way around the valley.
Does that mean anytime we've gone out before we've been drinking trash? I guess.
Probably if it had ginger beer in it.
Let me ask this: like, when you're talking about. Oh, sorry, Brett.
Say again.
So when you're talking about like making like the highest quality thing, I mean, we're talking about like intensity of flavor and probably sourcing of the ingredients. There's no like illicit like Brazilian blood ginger mines or anything like that, right? I mean, we're still just trying to go local with this stuff.
Right. No blood ginger mine. If you look closely, you'll see that it's fair trade. So we want to make sure that everybody who's involved in this process, you know, from the folks who have their hands in the soil to, you know, whoever owns the farm and the trucks that bring it to us, we're doing our very best to make sure that all along the way, everybody gets a fair stake in what it is that we're trying to produce. So like Danielle said, you know, really for us, if you're going to eat the thing, it needs to be the best, right? I mean, we're fortunate enough. Let's all agree that we live in a time, in the grand spectrum of humanity where we rarely eat just for sustenance anymore. We spend so much time eating for pleasure. So if that's what we're going to do, let's go in all the way.
Well, we definitely drink for pleasure.
and drink for pleasure too.
I drink for sustenance too.
Yeah.
That's the thing is that it's and you get some sustenance,
Hey,
right?
hey, Adam, chemical dependency does not mean sustenance.
Well, here's the thing, ginger, great for the body, wonderful antioxidant. You know what I mean? Maybe it has some benefits. The counter what happens when you bury it up with rum or whiskey or vodka or whatnot. I think the benefits will still shine through. So that's all I'm trying to say.
That's what we're trying.
I've got a question for you. And I think it's a question that that applies. When you said you got a hold of some yeast, how does the process of making ginger beer compare to the process of making beer? Because you used yeast, you said, right?
Yeah, that's a great question. So when we first started doing this, I mean, like everybody, you go to the web and you search, right? How do I make ginger beer? Well, we did that, and then I ended up having a discussion with my grandma because when I was a boy, she used to make it. But I mean, it's like you want a hamburger from one of your favorite hamburger joint, and your mom says, "No, I'll make hamburgers at home." Not quite the same, right? So that's kind of what we're dealing with now, and that led us down the road of trying to use yeast, but we quickly realized that using yeast was far more unpredictable than we were capable of managing, especially because we're making it in the kitchen at the restaurant. We weren't set up necessarily to do that. And so we started looking at all the other opportunities we have to get some bubbly in the thing, and so we settled on forced carbonation, which is essentially making it as delicious as you need it to be, and then adding CO2 to get the bubbly. So in that regard, it's different than beer making. Although some of the beer guys will add a little CO2 just to finish their beer, but we're not fermenting at all. It's all forced carbonated.
And our dear friend Stephen Jones, by the way, says Grandma knows best.
Hi, Steven.
Of course she does.
I like that we have like the inside baseball of chefs on our show now. This is this is all we've always wanted.
It's a matter of time before Chef Tamara's in here in a couple minutes, and Sam Pillsbury pops in to say something smart. It's become an actual club.
Yes.
Guys, if you have questions out there, if you're watching, please send in your questions. That was my first and foremost question is how yeast came into play and how the process compared to actually making beer. Do you ever have anything ferment by accident?
Oh gosh, I hope not.
No, not in this scenario. But when we were doing our the various testing that we did, the experiments that we ran at the restaurant, the results were always all over the board, man. I mean, it was very, very unpredictable. Which again is why we settled on forced carbonating, because one, if we're making a non-alcoholic product and you're fermenting, that's a very, very tight rope to walk.
Right.
Because once that yeast gets going and they start doing their thing, there's going to be some alcohol, even some residual alcohol, and we just couldn't have that. I mean, particularly because we're making a mixer here. We want something that people can use behind the bar. I mean, we say it's great on its own or grown up with your favorite spirit, but we wanted to bring you something that was crisp, clean, and fun for the whole family. You mentioned Chris Macbeth. Is checking us out tonight. I'm curious to find out when he made his trip to Utah if he got family to drink to stand around and hold a bottle that said beer on it.
That's a good question. I mean, even my family, I'm gonna get this into their hands this week and see if they love it. My mother loves ginger. I mean, ginger comes into play with a lot of Middle Eastern, North African cooking, so. I think she'll get excited. We'll just put fresh ginger into a pot of hot water and make ginger tea, you know? Yeah. So yeah, I think they'll get excited trying this. I'm still feeling the tingle, and the last sip I took was easily a minute ago. This is good times. I waited on purpose to try this until today. So
this is really good. Like, I'll be honest, when Yusuf gave us ginger beer, I was like, why? when I saw the bottle, it's like non-alcoholic. I'm like, why? Different things, and I used the internet machine to research some recipes. And I don't know ginger beer, but I do know that whatever drink I made with this is really good. So yeah, it's mostly this. So nice job.
And speaking of drinks, I want to know what you guys did with it, Dwayne and Danielle. But before I do that, I want to bring Brett back in. Brett, Ellie, for some reason, took a master class on cocktails.
Yeah, we had free master classes, and she did the cocktail thing like a week ago for like 30 minutes, and then said that was a waste of time. This is stupid. But now is a savant at making cocktails and just throwing things together.
So what did she make?
So she was shouting at me. We were scrambling before the show. She said, "Go pick a bourbon. I'm going to make you something." So it doesn't look as pretty now because the ice is melted. But obviously it has the ginger beer. It has Angel's Envy bourbon, orange liqueur, and then an orange zest. And it's real good.
There's
look how nice that looks.
There's the picture you sent me before you started drinking it. So it looks nice.
Yeah, and to attest to the spiciness, she definitely took a sip of the taste and said, "Whoa, that is a lot spicier ginger beer than I expected as a mixer here."
As the unofficial spokesman at the moment, it's nice and spicy.
That's right. Nice and spicy. That's exactly what we said when we drank it. We're like, we should put that on the bottle.
Right.
Well, Danielle raised an eyebrow and said, "That's nice and
I
spicy."
did. We're like all the way up.
So
Man, I can't wait to try this stuff. I am frequently sad and a little jealous that I can't hang out with the boys, but I'm especially sad today because everybody's getting to try this awesome stuff, and I'm just sipping on grocery beer.
I've got a
There's
really
lots more that came from.
and Dwayne, Danielle, you guys can probably help answer this one. Aaron Bush says he came in and heard Dark and Stormy as a drink with ginger beer. Which dark rum is recommended?
Oh, excellent. Now we're getting serious about this business. So the real impetus for making this was the Dark and Stormy, that very cocktail that Aaron's asking about. We used to use a ginger beer from Jamaica, one that I knew, from way back when I was a kid, and we subsequently weren't able to get it anymore. And this was a real popular cocktail; like everybody loved it. It's easy to do for bartenders. 2-ingredient cocktail. It's always going to be a winner on a busy Friday night, right? And so anyway, we couldn't get it, and we set out to make our own. And this ginger beer was really built for dark and stormies. And you can't make a proper dark and stormy unless you have this rum, right? This is Gosling's Black Seal. I'm trying to get it over the little label there. Gosling's Black Seal rum. This rum is particular because it has these really wonderful licoricey notes to it that are very prominent and upfront. And that's where the magic happens, in my opinion. You put that with ginger, and it turns into something else. The two of them together. The way I do it, we recommend a stainless steel cup. Something that's nice and frosty.
Not that frosty.
Was that the sound of everything falling apart?
We lost something here, but we're good.
Crushed ice, as we talked about, Yusuf. Crushed ice and an ounce and a half of Gosling's rum over crushed ice, and then top it up with about 6 ounces of Big Marble ginger beer and a straw. You must drink it from a straw.
Okay.
Trust me, if you omit any of those factors, you're not having the right experience. Like, you come to the Breadfruit and Rum Bar, we make you a dark and stormy. That's how you're gonna get it. You get it with the same rum, Big Marble ginger beer, and it is a one-of-a-kind experience.
At the end of the show, send me those exact directions so I can post it with this episode. So we have that up there.
You got it.
Someone posted that they were drinking it with, or they would drink with gin. I have never had gin and ginger beer, personally. Have you guys?
I have.
Yes.
Yeah. We had a whole bottle of gunpowder gin.
It's been tested. Yes.
Look at her eyebrows. She's telling the truth.
Thoroughly tested. Do it.
If it's eyebrow approved, we're set.
Gin. Like we said, the only spirit, mezcal. Ken Colburn. I haven't tried it yet, but he's raving about what's happening with the mezcal. Scotch. That's the only thing we haven't gotten around to yet. Perhaps I'm not brave enough. If any of you folks out there are adventurous enough to put Scotch in a cocktail, please report back. I'd love to know, because it's just not something I could do.
I've even with rosé.
Oh,
right, yes.
Rosé and ginger beer.
I had the most awful tasting can of rosé, and I just didn't want to throw away the 4-pack. And I'm like, what can I do to this? I'm gonna pour ginger beer on it.
There's a pandemic about. You can't be throwing away liquor, right? It's a respectable thing to do. You can't throw away the rosé. There's a pandemic upon us.
It rescued the rosé.
So what you're saying is, if any of my co-hosts ever annoy me, I just throw some ginger beer on them, and they'll automatically become more palatable.
Absolutely, yes. And when you run out, come see us again. You'll go through enough by that way.
Hey, Yusuf, look at my eyebrows.
Yeah.
Do not like.
Is she throwing the beer on us or throwing the bottles of beer?
I didn't specify.
One is gonna hurt a lot more than the other.
Just be ready.
Let's just hope it's a sticky situation. Yeah.
They call it the
straw, by the way.
Oh yeah. Why a straw?
It's about the experience. So see, in my world, I have time to worry about those nuances. You know, the glass, the way a glass feels when you pick it up. I'm sure you all can attest to this, right? You pick up, the weight of a glass will influence how you experience the cocktail, right? Whether it's in a tall glass or short glass, same thing. If it's in a metal container, if it's in one of those Moscow Mule.
Hang on, to clarify, Stephen, we do use metal straws.
Metal straws. That's true. You have to, or compostable straws, not any of that plastic stuff.
We drink them out of metal straws.
Yeah, metal straw. But if you have crushed ice, right? This is really why it matters. If you're for you to use a straw. If it's crushed ice, you don't want to try to drink off of a glass that has crushed ice in it. You know, just you get your upper lip gets all cold and frosty. You don't want that. That's a terrible experience.
But it also has to do with layering and the way in which you build the cocktail.
I was getting to that. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
go ahead.
Yes. Go ahead.
No, I don't make
I was sitting here wondering why my upper lip felt cold and frosty.
Because you're dipping your upper lip in the glass.
Please continue.
Right.
The layering.
Yes, layering. So when you make this, you make a dark and stormy proper. Even at the rum bar, we will add the rum on top, right? So you pour the ginger beer first, and then put the rum on top. Rum's lighter, so it's going to float, right? So you'll get that really wonderful gradient of colors where you'll see, and that's from what I've read, that's where the name dark and stormy comes from. You got the dark rum up top, and you get the spicy ginger beer down at the bottom. That's supposed to be the stormy part of this whole experience. So when you drink from a straw, right, you'll start out with more ginger beer, and as you gradually drink down, you get more and more rum, and the party shows up at the end.
I love it.
Not. I mean, I hope you weren't expecting anything more technical than that.
No, that's exactly what I wanted to hear. That makes sense. So we do have our dear friend Brandon Casey from Casey's Woodshed hanging out with us in the background, and I think he's got some stuff teed up to make a drink while we're all sitting here sipping on our drinks. While Brandon is making a drink, guys, feel free to type up any questions in the comments for Dwayne, Danielle, ourselves if you're curious. Let's see if we can't get Brandon in here. Hey, Brandon.
Hold on, I'm trying to prop my phone up with a dart.
I'll let you figure out how to use dive bar tools like darts and poles. Okay. All right, guys. Let's. What do you think?
So while you guys are sipping, this is delicious. Thank you so much for letting Yusuf drop some by. I was away because I was with the other sample bottle. I made a mule for the only 2 guests I have in here right now, and very much approved. So I decided, because it's so clean and so spicy, I wanted to take a kind of riff on a new classic cocktail called a penicillin. So I made a honey lemon syrup, and I'm going to use rye whiskey, kind of in just a fun little julep. So it's just.
Oh, did we lose him? It was so exciting, and we lost you, Brandon. Don't go away. Not right now. The suspense is killing me. This is like the internet dying at the end of like a good show. This isn't gonna work.
All right, let's pull Frozen Face out of the tree.
I got so excited. I was so happy.
He's back.
I'm just gonna hold it. I can bartend with one hand.
Okay.
So we just got some bullet rye, pre-chilled Julep cup, 3/4 ounces of a nice honey ginger lemon syrup. We're gonna top it off with some nice and spicy. There we go. Well, cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. I want that.
Yeah.
I definitely get in on that there too.
Salud.
I recommend it. I do. How's everybody else's drinks? What are we drinking?
I'm straight out of the bottle here, just bottle to glass, man, and it is so good. I can't promise you guys there are going to be any bottles left by the end of the week in the rest of this case. I'm sorry. It's for my health. Digestion.
Yeah.
If you need a hookup, just let me know. I'll plug you in.
I feel like I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a gal who knows a guy.
And I'm a guy that's going to need to order some cases of this, so
You got it.
I love it.
it is funny.
Aaron is asking.
I love it, man.
Aaron is asking an important question, and this was my next question to you guys as well. Where do we get this ginger beer?
Well, you can do it a couple of ways. In downtown Phoenix, they're selling it at Hidden Track Bottle Shop, and all the Sweet Republic ice cream shops have it right now. It's soon to be in LGO next week, and you can order it online at bigmarble.com. But if you order it online, it's by the case, and we do deliver it in the area, like Phoenix area. But yeah, that's where we have it right now.
Hidden Track Bottle Shop, LGO has it, bigmarble.com. What was the other place you said an ice cream shop has it? I know I saw it on there.
Republic.
Sweet Republic, yes.
Sweet Republic, got it.
And she is crushing it. They are crushing it with ice cream. Well,
Floats. They're
floats.
doing
Floats.
coconut sorbet and ginger beer floats.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes.
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 Yeah.
Can we put them on the show and have them bring us stuff too, Yusuf?
Yeah, I'm sure Helen would come on. She's actually part of Les Dames d'Escoffier, so you'll probably see her come through soon.
Yes. Yes. Oh, dude, I just got so excited about the idea of ice cream and ginger beer. I don't know what to do with myself. This is what Ramadan has done to me. The moment I break my fast, I'm just like, what can I do with everything around?
Right?
He's hungry.
Oh, heightened.
So we did vanilla bean ice cream float at home before Helen over at Sweet Republic started making her floats. But she's got that coconut sorbet over there. That is just something else. I mean, that's really out of this world. So yeah, please get over there. Any one of the stores says she's got it for you.
Garnish it with a couple of kaffir lime leaves. Let's do this thing.
Who's got time for that?
They do.
I mean, you gotta get in there.
Hey,
Everybody's excited right now.
It's warming up. Your sorbet is melting. You just gotta dig in.
okay, straws are important. Layered cocktails, mouthfeel, the way to the glass is highly, highly important. Also, fuck it, let's make a sundae. Go!
We don't have time for kaffir lime leaves. Just Sunday. Go.
Yeah.
A little drizzle.
Yeah, let's do it.
Drizzle
Adam's
can.
on something.
So I want to make a quick transition, but before I do, you guys have showed us what you are working with at home. Did you move on to a second drink? Have you made something else with your ginger beer tonight?
Well, the truth of the matter is, I gotta get back over to the factory here in a minute. We had a minor issue earlier today with one of the fill heads, and so we only have 11 of 12 filler heads working, and we've got about 3,000 liters of ginger beer ready to bottle tomorrow. So I'm gonna go sort that out. So I can't get too smashed, but I trust that. Danielle is done for the night, so she's probably gonna have us the rest of the party with you guys. But I got work to do.
Well,
the beers have been sold already on this show.
Dwayne,
5 of us.
And now we're sold out.
Right.
what do you got, Brett?
Dwayne, I took your challenge and went and made a cocktail with scotch and your ginger beer.
Oh, And
Where's the straw?
I don't have one.
good.
I sent you a photo, Yusuf. You can put it up there and see all my ingredients I put in. I had to make do with kind of working from a recipe, but I used a bourbon cask single malt scotch, lemon juice instead of lime juice, a ginger beer, some Saint Germain liqueur, and some bitters.
This is all at home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I tell you, you get your fiance with like 30 minutes of a master class, and suddenly you start having shit in your cabinet.
And
So
we're
what's
having
the
a master
verdict?
class tonight?
It works out pretty nicely. Though to
Yeah.
be fair, the scotch is like a really easy sipping scotch where it's got like got the bourbon cask, so it like I think blends extra well with it, but it gives a little bit of that peaty smokiness that a scotch has. Worked out pretty good. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, that's what I was curious about. Like, what happens when you put peat and ginger together? Does that work? Are you saying it does? Yeah. All right.
I think this time it's working pretty good. Thanks, Steven. Yeah, Yusuf, you can put up. I took a photo with all the ingredients in the background and sent it to you if you want to throw it up there.
Crazy firing Brett.
If he's drinking from a mug, it's okay. We can let him slide. I don't think it's appropriate to drink from a mug with a straw, is it? Can you do that? Is that legal?
I mean, I believe you were talking about using the straw for the dark and stormy, not for essentially a modified Scotch Moscow Mule.
True. Very true. Very true.
I
Got
want
a
to one quick question, and I know we're going to lose you here, Dwayne, because you've got things to go do at Big Marble. But I want to transition to talking about your restaurant real quick, if you guys don't mind.
Sure.
And we have both you and Brandon on briefly. I know, Brandon, you've got things that you got to take care of as well, but you decided
all these guests right now.
slammed. I could see all of them running around in the background. That's their safest place to social distance, Brandon.
Oh.
I'm so distant.
So at the moment, a lot of businesses have chosen to open, a lot of businesses have chosen not to. And there's obviously that dichotomy in that choice. Brandon, you chose to open on Friday, hesitantly, from what I remember, right?
Very.
Yeah. How's that going for you?
It's going well. I mean, in perspective, I took out half the tables, half the bar stools. I mean, literally closed off half my bar, and kept half my dining room reserved for just to go setup, so I can have people come in that want curbside, don't have to even interact anywhere near people that are dining in. Have whiskey barrels littered in half the booths, so people can't even sit in them if they wanted to. And have been kind of controlling the flow very actively, and then I don't know what the right phrase is, suggesting heavily that they order food while they are dining to drink in. Because I mean, I have 20 seats now, and my fire capacity is 78, not even including my patio. But you know, I want guests that are going to be respectful of other people's spaces. I want guests that are going to be responsible the way that the rest of us have decided to close, have been responsible with this whole thing. I'm not trying to just open the doors and have a fuck show.
Right.
Have you cut your menu down? Question one, and then question two: if you see people not being respectful of appropriate health rules, how are you handling that? Because I think for a lot of people out there, if they know that a place is actually going to take care of that situation quickly, they'll feel safer being able to come in, right?
Honestly, dude, it's tough. But I was a bouncer for a very long time, so I use all my words when I see people that aren't respecting my sacrifice of closing my dining room for the last 2.5 months.
Do you use all the best words?
Yeah, I'm not afraid of using all my words and telling people, hey, back the fuck off. Like, no, 6 fucking feet. Don't move my furniture. It's there for a reason. It's all, the dining room's designed to keep everybody safe, sanitize all the goddamn time. You know, it boils down to, like, I care about my guests, and
Right.
I don't want anybody to like put themselves in danger or my staff in danger or my family in danger or themselves. So like if you can't respect that, there's a bar across the street. You don't have to come to my bar.
And the great points, Brandon. The other side of that coin, I think, is going to be exactly what Dwayne and Danielle will mention, because they too care about their guests and their staff. Dwayne and Danielle, I'd love for you guys to add to this as well, from your perspective.
Yeah, so we've decided to stay closed for the time being. And I mean, I have been mulling this over, since we've been closed on March 19th. And there's nothing more than any of us want than just to go back, right? And just be in the swing of things and get back to cultivating our businesses and serving our communities. But for us at the Breadfruit, I mean, I respect that everybody's case is very specific to them. We just feel that it's so labor intensive what we offer, and the dining experience for us at our restaurant really hinges on a very intimate setting. And at the same time, I'm thinking with a limited capacity allowed, right? Like I could fit about 8 people in my dining room. It's not very many people. And I can probably fit about 6 to 8, depending on how it gets sat, in my rum bar, and then the same out front. It's such a fraction of my capacity that right now, if I do the math, it would cost me less money to not offer dine-in, right? And if I have to, we could offer, takeout, delivery service. But to open the dining room, I feel like I'm kind of putting a price on my health and my potential to be unwell. And I'm not comfortable. And I can't really imagine it coming to the moment where I might have to choose being safe over owning my restaurant after building it from scratch. Way back in 2008, we've been at this for over a decade. We've put everything into the Breadfruit and Rum Bar. And to even consider not serving dinner is quite drastic, right? But we're just not at a point where we feel like it's the best choice for us. So we want to just kind of lay low and see how it all pans out. And if I can stay home and my staff is getting taken care of, if they're on unemployment, they've or found second gigs and they're not suffering, and so we're all paying the bills, it hasn't come to that critical juncture where we have to say, what is the price of my health or the risk? And is that paying the landlord? And how much risk will I assume in order to pay my landlord? It's a crazy, crazy thing to consider, right? And then I get 2 people that show up all night because there's not a lot of confidence in going out and dining right now.
And that's got to be hard as a business owner, but also as an artist. I mean, this is a passion and an art. At least I feel that way because I'm so passionate about the food that I eat and the drinks that I drink. But for you guys making it, to have to make that conscious decision that I can't go do what I love today because I want to keep myself, my friends, my family, my customers that I love so much safe. I can't go do that thing. I have to wait to do it. And
I think you've touched on something there that really speaks to the opportunity that's before us right now. But if we back up for a minute, every time I've been asked this question, I've been really trying to figure out the most appropriate way to address that. And what I came up with was really highlighting the fact that that so many folks are phrasing this as a opening versus not opening.
right.
And I don't think that that's healthy necessarily, because it really comes down to very specific consideration for each individual business operator, right? And it's unfortunate that that's the case, and that's the case because there's a huge gulf in leadership from the folks who we've trusted, to be able to manage these sort of things when they crop up. And so I don't think it's healthy to talk about, well, this restaurant is not reopening versus this restaurant that's not opening. It's so specific. For us, our space, the four walls that constitutes the Breadfruit, is not one that allows for any sort of social distancing, and then being able to run in a way that doesn't, end up with massive amounts of debt because it can't pay for itself. And then when you consider the fact that, we're not the kind of place where one just goes to grab a bite. You don't go to a Breadfruit because you're starving. You just need to get something in your belly. You come and you sit and you enjoy the ambiance, you enjoy the setting, you enjoy the food, and you spend time, and so that's very important for us. And so you take that out of the dynamic, then what's left? It's just a place to serve food, right? Yep. And so we're taking this opportunity to kind of really revisit what makes the Breadfruit special. And we're considering how we can emerge from this crisis being even much more fabulous and better than we were before. And so we appreciate the time and the space to be able to do that.
And that's a sentiment I think a lot of us share with you guys. We're excited to see you guys come back when the time is right, and be ready to just open your doors when everything is safe for us to be able to walk back in there. I know Earl is itching. I think he wakes up scratching in the middle of the night, but we would just show up there on the dime. We might be the only ones who show up because we're hungry, because we'll just drive. Yeah, whatever.
I'm sure that's why I got invited. They're like, Earl's like, I'm hungry. Can somebody call Danielle? And I'm thirsty. Where's Dwayne?
He was supposed to join us today, actually, but he says he's in the middle of something with the kids. They made a bunch of noise.
Yeah, fair enough.
The kids making a bunch of noise.
Little girls, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Well, listen, we won't keep you guys much longer, but we always like to have a toast, and thank you guys for your time. Are you having another drink, Danielle? Because last time I know we started reaching back there for more and more rum. Things got dangerous.
Perhaps. Maybe I might pop up again with more drinks.
Okay. Well, if you're hanging out, we'll leave you in the background. We're going to talk about a few more things. If you guys have more questions for them, please leave them in the comments. Thank you guys so much for your time. Thank you for sharing this absolutely delicious ginger beer. Bless your hands. You guys have done such a wonderful job. And I'm actually going to post some photos that I took on Earl's phone, and he's too slow to send to me because Dad and I came to visit you guys the other day, of the shop. Because it's quite a treat to go visit it. And if you've got some photos, please send them to me, and I'll put them up.
Okay.
All right,
cool.
Sounds good.
All right,
thanks everyone. This was fun.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Man, this stuff is too good. Like, too good.
Tell me more, please. Somebody else chime in on how good
Hey,
this
let's all Brady Bunch and look at Ledford real quick and explain how good this is. Hold on. So good.
What's funny is I didn't even want it at first.
Yeah, you were the naysayer pre-show.
I didn't even want this amazing beer, but now I have it, and it's great.
Because Adam has not been educated. Adam's the guy that if you told him, like, hey, you should try falafel, he'd be like, I don't want that shit. I don't know what it is. It's veggies.
I like
It's like, what are you having a nugget?
Yeah. I don't need a veggie nugget. Hey, thanks for coming. Goodbye. He's got to bounce and go make himself a beverage. Chris Macbeth, by the way, I know that Danielle is listening in the background. Chris Macbeth suggested that they open twice a week, VIP only, $250 a head. I don't know that that's still part of what they were talking about, but maybe. You can put in there, but I'm going to bring you in to look at this in a second. Adam, you had something you wanted to bring up.
Adam. Gosh, yeah, no, my mind's still boggling. I love they're talking about the concept of changing this from a binary, should we or shouldn't we not open, and what are all those multi-dimensional factors of being able to create the service experience and do all those other things. But anyway, so Memorial Day is coming, y'all. I was thinking about that earlier today, and I was like, I want to see what the boys are thinking. I want to see what the folks in our audience are thinking as far as like Memorial Day traditions. You know, we're in the situation we're in, but I'm gonna have a party for me, for the fam,
Okay.
I want to crank some tunes. I want to drink some pool beers. I want to throw some awesome stuff on the grill. I want to enjoy a weekend that I've always intended to enjoy and always do enjoy every year. And if that means we got to Zoom some people to make it happen, so be it. But I thought it'd be cool to kind of talk about kind of our favorite things as far as like what you always kind of planned on or did for Memorial Day, and then maybe what folks in the comments were doing too.
I mean, what I would always prefer for any holiday weekend is also being where Adam Ledford is cooking food up and opening his beers, because that's a win for me personally. On like 3 to 4 different levels.
Fair enough. Well, we can make that happen as we not for Memorial Day, but I'm definitely gun shy with some places opening back up who aren't responsible like Brandon is and not bouncing people. So I'm very gun shy. But once we get back to the idea of a intercity micro share, I'll bring the food and the booze. How about that?
Did you have a banner with these questions, or do you want me to put one up? I wasn't sure.
A banner, you say?
A banner, a ticker.
Oh yeah. Oh, we're going. So when you think Memorial Day, when you think summertime, when you think pool party, what do you think of for pool beers and cocktails? What are your grilling go-tos? And I'll be honest, I 100% made this question thinking about you, Brett Berry. What would be your top 5 absolute must-be on the Memorial Day pool party playlist?
See, now if you say you're thinking of me for that, it wouldn't be just top 5. It'd have to be like top 50.
Yeah, this is your burden, is you have to narrow it down a little bit.
Oh God. Well, who's my audience? I gotta think about it.
All right, I'll let you think about it, because I'll give you my favorite.
Take right off the screen. Let him think.
Oh, Adam, drunk on the power.
He looks stressed. That's all. I'm going to give him time to think about this.
So you guys are going to make fun of me, but as far as pool beers go, I'm not picky about pool beers. If anything, I like the crappy, shitty, just throwaway. Miller High Life is fine. That's a winning pool beer. Hold on. Brandon Casey's holding his pool beer. What is it, Brandon? I don't know what it is, but Hinano Tahiti.
Oh yeah, it's the Coors Original of Polynesia.
Oh, well, that sounds like a Memorial Day beer. Nothing says Memorial Day like Polynesian beer.
I mean, we occupied them for a while. I mean,
Fair point. All right. Well, Brandon with a controversy.
I learned something on today's show.
Miller High Life, or like I hate to say it, man, but like just a Michelob Ultra, maybe.
Slip a Truly in there if you're feeling fancy.
Yeah, of course. But I'm a pool cocktail guy. It is going to be a Spanish gin and tonic, which, by the way, I get to start drinking on Monday. So who wants to have a socially distant pool party with the G&Ts?
I would say Mazel Tov, but that doesn't seem appropriate during Ramadan.
That's okay. Let's just say Mazel Tov anyways, because it's not appropriate anyways for me to be drinking. It is.
I mean,
yeah, it's what's today? Tuesday? So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 5 days. 5 days left.
Woo! I realized thinking about you and putting the phrase countdown in there might not be the
Not a good idea.
yeah, we'll actually
Things I can't say in public without context. Really, some of them I can't say at all. Bomb, like this is the bomb. Can't say that. I can't say explosion. I don't know why I would say that.
Yeah, that seems pretty random.
Can you say,
boom goes the dynamite. Colloquial, can't say it.
I'm about to go off up in this bitch?
Not happening. Never.
Yeah. No. So, playlist. Brett, what do you think?
I'm gonna pull some tracks off the top of my head from my playlist that I've shared with you a little bit, Ledford. I thought I got distance there.
It wasn't me.
How about I would definitely have some NERD on there. Probably She Wants to Move, because I just love that song. Maybe some Passion Pit Sleepyhead. Everlasting Arms by Vampire Weekend. How about the Manhattan remix that had Angel Haze on it with Cat Power? And these are actually off the top of my head, and I know
Deep cut,
I'm
Brett.
so fucking hipster. And I never not want to hear Harmar Superstar Lady You Shot Me because that's one of the greatest songs of the last 20 years.
Duh.
Hey, can you spell that last one?
Harmar Superstar?
Yeah, can you spell it?
HAR space MAR space Superstar.
Yeah, my phone redirected me to a Pakistani news website.
I mean, Islamic autocorrect is a bitch, man.
The most ignorant thing that has ever been said on this show is Islamic autocorrect.
Really? No, the most ignorant thing is how do you spell Harmar?
You know that my phone is gonna autocorrect Islamic to
What the hell does Harmar mean?
I think it's his name, if I'm not mistaken.
stage name.
Stage name, yeah.
I assume that was common knowledge.
It's not for me. Was it common knowledge for you, Adam Green?
No, definitely not.
Okay,
Adam
cool.
Ledford heard that song from me, and he can attest that is a delightful song.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm going throwback to kick it off, and we're doing Young MC's Bust a Move because gonna go right into No Diggity, Blackstreet version, original OG version. I love Chet Faker, but not for a pool party. Not happening. Because my daughter would insist. Then we would do T Swift, Shake It Off.
I thought it was gonna be Let It Go. She's too old for that.
No, yeah, 4 years ago it would have just been the Frozen soundtrack. That's all we would have done.
So here's Amy's answer to that, by the way. My time.
Hey.
Chris driving the boat plus hot dogs. No, nobody's judging. Hot dogs are fine.
Of course not. What?
That was my answer to the music, by the way, was going to be it's got to happen. Bob Marley always at the pool at least once. At least once. So any reggae counts. I think it's fine. It doesn't sound messy. We got PJ saying some Muddy Waters Manish Boy. That also sounds like something I've never heard of.
I think you need to do the Fall Out Boy discography. The entire set from Fall Out Boy. And
Adam's about 3 seconds away from listing off Bloodhound Gang songs, and I'm not even joking.
so you better. Guys, when I do pool parties, it's not even just like holiday parties. Whenever people are for the pool, I usually do like classic rock. Throw like the Amazon classic rock station, 70s, 60s, 70s rock, and that's usually where I leave it for the pool. I don't know.
Adam outsources so as to not offend people.
I wish we hadn't lost Danielle. I really wanted to hear her answer to that question. Actually, I thought that would have been fun.
Why did hot dogs?
Did we get
thing?
Hmm?
Why was Amy thinking about judging about hot dogs?
Well, they're hot dogs. I mean, it could have been
Memorial Day food, like barbecue food choice.
Yeah, and let's face it, hot dogs only belong on a grill. There's no other preparation except for maybe cut up in mac and cheese if you're 7 that is an acceptable way to eat hot dog.
36.
If you're 7 days ago, Adam Green.
Hey, we missed Ken Colburn's message here, but he said they'll be paddleboarding.
That's not what he said.
Social distancing.
I believe he said he'll be paddle fucking boarding.
Yes.
Yeah.
He did. That is exactly what he said. Also,
really T Swift. Sorry. I have an 8-year-old daughter, and that song bangs, and I like it.
Just shake it off, dude. Just shake it off.
I like how you started with the excuse, like, I have a daughter, and also that song is great.
It's called Burying the Lead. I love Taylor Swift. I'm not going to lie about it.
It's fair. By the way, shameless plug time. The website's at the bottom. It's scrolling, and you can get one of these right here. Social distancing. So,
I mean, mine's still apparently lost in the mail.
You can order one of those.
I actually took it from you guys. I just took all of your shirts and kept them here. I just wear them each day now. Thank you.
Hey, Adam Ledford, in your defense for Taylor Swift, I actually don't generally hate her music nearly as much as I hate her for her cultivated image and BS projection.
There, that way. I'm pointing that way.
Oh yeah, Prince always. So I was gonna say 1999 was also gonna make the list because yes.
That was a good year.
It's gotta happen. Taz, get a shirt. I know you want one. Get on the website, socialdistance.club.com. Get a shirt. Brandon
And
Casey got one today.
Cloth Social Distance Drinking Club masks. We'll know where they came from.
I mean, I'm working on it. We'll see.
By the way, have you ever seen anybody flex on hot dogs before? Because
Chris did.
yeah,
Yeah.
where does one get all Wagyu beef dogs?
Chris flexes on everything. If you guys,
How does that work? Which part of that Wagyu cow is that?
I'm curious.
it's the beefiest part. The beefiest.
Tasty Cattle Company. We need to look this up. We need to verify that this is a thing.
Chris flexes constantly.
It's just Wagyu spear penis.
Even when we did this show, like 5 weeks ago, he took the time to complain that I drank his coffee, and it was like $40 coffee or whatever, if you recall.
Yeah, you should have done that.
He said I needed espresso, and it was like coffee picked by monkeys who spoke 4 languages. I don't know.
Oh, 4-monkey trilingual coffee. I remember.
Yeah, polyglot 8-monkey coffee.
4-monkey trilingual.
That sounds like a punk band name.
You did say that they cooked the
name.
Yeah, they opened up for Five Finger Death Punch.
Can somebody please put that up as a banner now? 4-monkey triangle coffee. What was it?
Oh, hang on, I got it. I'm
4-monkey trilingual coffee.
Trilingual coffee. Can we name that a beer? Can we make that a beer name?
I mean, probably.
We'll put it on the list, man.
By the way, Adam, when you made the they opened up for Five Finger Death Punch joke, it reminded me of a girl I used to work with. Literally thought with music festivals, they have like the list, like the headliners and then the second, third tiers.
It looks even better in print.
She thought this girl thought that the band Doors Open was the hardest working band in show business because they were always the first one of the day. And she's like, God, this band Doors Open is all over the fucking place. They're like at every festival. They're playing at 3 every day.
Hey, if you love them, you'll really love All Ages. Those guys.
Oh, dude, All Ages is the best. Hey, have you ever heard of the punk band Rain or Shine?
I like it.
Rain or Shine kills. A ribeye in a tube. Again, great band name. Ribeye in a tube.
Also, why does ribeye need to be in a tube? Can't you just have a ribeye? Like the steak?
Hey, Chris, you did it to yourself, man. But if Amy's trying the ribeye in a tube, does that make it harder to drive the boat?
Put the banner up. We're done.
That's it. That's the end of the show. It's all over at this point.
Oh God, we're alienating our biggest fan.
Oh man, this is what happens when you drink non-alcoholic ginger beer. I mean, God.
I moved on to a beer, actually.
You're wasted.
Oh, what are you drinking? Oh, yes.
By the way, can I say that in the crowler was noticeably better than the can?
Oh man, Chris, best beer name of the night.
The boat drives itself. He wins.
Memorial Day Pilsner.
Well, as we come up on the wrap, and I'm not rushing us to wrap up, but I do want to know, since we're on the hour mark, if anyone has opened up anything new. Adam Green, we saw that you've got that some Shake Shack action.
Yeah, it's interesting.
What are you guys drinking at this very moment? And if you have any questions for us, for the folks from Big Marble Breadfruit, you can put those in. They're going to see them after this anyways, so you guys can ask questions and they will answer them later. Thank you, Amy. She's got her shirt. Thank you. We'll see it on more. So, ribeye in a tube. PJ, are you just catching up on this? Like just now?
He's on delay.
Yeah, the pee. It's fine.
It's fine.
Ribeye in a tube. At least you know nobody's getting pregnant.
Lambskin? No. Cow skin for me.
I was thinking, do you guys remember the first Naked Gun? I was thinking that somebody could actually probably sell those full body condoms for going to the grocery store right now.
Could be a thing.
Yeah, probably.
Man, damn it. I tried to get these photos uploaded for you guys to see. I have so many great photos that Earl finally sent me of Big Marble, so we'll have to post those later.
Hey, where's the photo of my Scotch ginger beer cocktail that
I put it up.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it up.
I missed it.
With the ingredients and everything?
No,
Yeah,
no
turned out-
ingredients, but we can post
Turned out
those.
pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, have you got? Oh, wait, hang on. Okay, love the 805, but that's not why I was excited. Sorry. Arizona sake. Have you guys had it?
Yeah, they were.
So good.
So they were at the Grape Arizona Wine Event, which is the wine event that I help produce for my Rotary Club every year at Heritage Square Park. It's a fundraiser for Rotary charities, and he was there last year. It was incredible, so good, man. They do have it at Sleepy Whale. It's a bit blasphemous because like industry people will come in there and do sake bombs with it, and that hurts my soul a little bit. It's a very expensive sake to do sake bombs with.
Indeed.
I'm sure Anita and Ken would agree that's almost blasphemous. But it is incredible. He'd be a lot of fun to have on the show, actually.
That'd be killer, man.
Yeah, it's good stuff. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, talk about, all the producer industries, you have to have passion, and that passion comes through in your final product. But sake is on another level as far as the amount of time it takes to even learn how to do it. I mean, there are so many stages and levels of perfection that need to happen before you have a product that's even passable or drinkable. And to absolutely knock it out of the park in a climate that's, not really designed for making sake, I am beyond impressed. And they've got a great story too. I'd love to get them on.
And I'm also very sad that I'm out of ginger beer. But I could go get more.
Hey, we can drink some. We can drink some this weekend during the Memorial Day pool party that Adam Ledford will not be at.
Yes.
virtual pool party.
Well, guys, anything else we want to add to this absolutely amazing episode we've had today? I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna be a real hot DILF soon because we got a Peloton bike.
Yeah. Nice.
By your window?
Yeah.
I feel like they have to be near windows.
It's you can't see it over there, but it's by the window.
Perfect.
It's somewhere over there. Hey, Ken said that we will let Atsuo know that we'd like to have him on. Thank you, Ken. Would
Please.
love to have him on. Yes. Would be
Yeah. Let him know they should also give us bottles to sample on the show individually for
This
free.
show is now turning into us just wanting free booze.
I didn't think he wouldn't do that, but you didn't have to say it out loud. Now it makes it a little. Now Brett has volunteered to pay for all of them because we support local. Great job, Brett. Thank you. Thank you.
Also, no offense to Big Marble, but if there's Arizona sake in the works, I will drive to Phoenix.
That's fair.
No, but you don't even drive to Phoenix for us.
It's a weird time, man. It's a weird time.
But I don't trust Adam Green to be safe either, man. I'm with you. Like, my cat won't even cuddle with me because I think he's just trying to socially distance.
You are knocking the only man in this foursome who understands what it's like to have your exact head of hair.
He doesn't know what my head of hair is, man. That's look at the male pattern baldness on the V side. That's not my head of hair.
I'm not saying the distribution of the hair. I'm saying the specific follicular, density and consistency.
My hair is it is a chameleon of Semitic hair. Okay, some days it looks like Abraham and Moses, and other days I could go full Jesus. It just depends on the length. You just gotta comb it back. All right, that's all it is.
I want to see you go full Steven Seagal at some point.
I'd have to gain about 50 pounds and do very slow Aikido.
Young Steven Seagal.
Oh, okay. So I'd have to gain about 50 pounds.
And do just normal flow.
Normal Aikido.
Not very.
Normal Aikido. It's easy.
I mean, he's already got the backstory. He's passionate about being a chef, and then he's just a reluctant warrior when somebody like takes over the nuclear submarine.
Everyone remembers Under Siege Dark Territory, right? The train, like, for no good reason, Steven Seagal was like, I'm going to take this train. And then 5 minutes into the movie, there's just Russian terrorists on the train. He's like, I'm going to take this train back.
What was the movie that he was in where he died in like the first minute? Executive Decision. Was that it? Where it was like Kurt Russell, Steven Seagal, top billing, like all the posters and everything.
Doesn't ring a bell.
And then in the first 5 minutes, he gets sucked out of the plane and dies, and it's just a Kurt Russell movie. I'm not kidding. It was the craziest thing as far as bad big budget movies go. It was amazing that they like hoodwinked everybody.
So what you're saying is Paramount Pictures or whoever it was had a 5-movie deal with Steven Seagal. And they just needed to get it crossed off the list.
They were like, is Wesley Snipes available? Because Steven Seagal is just not working out here.
Hey, Chris McBeth sent some photos of his cocktail concoctions at home.
Those are pretty.
That's sexy.
And there you go.
Oh,
that looks patriotic.
Look at that. It does almost look patriotic, doesn't it?
We got to up our game here, guys. I mean, well, to be fair, Brett, your cocktails looked amazing. But photography-wise, maybe we got to up our game a little bit.
Just use portrait mode, gentlemen. Remember, always use portrait mode.
I have that now on my new phone.
I may have to get a new phone. My 10, the screen died. I've been using Julie's old 6, and the 6 died today. So this is my phone right now. I hope you're on iMessage because otherwise I can't talk to you.
You're like Zach Morris now. Kinda.
Like Zach Morris.
Quality reference.
Time out.
By the way, my cat has decided to like do super cute things just laying on the table that I'm sitting at right now. It's hilarious. And the moment I turn this camera, it will not look cute.
Pixar, it didn't happen, man.
Yeah.
I guarantee it. Wait for it. There you go.
Oh, hey, Puddin'.
Zizou and Ren seem kind of like the same cat sometimes.
See? I called it. As soon as I pointed the camera, it was game over. Cat's
I
gone.
can see it a little bit.
Guys, what's it like to have calm, cute pets? I mean, Brisket's amazing, but he's not calm.
He's not
Have you seen
either.
Have you seen Ren when she gets into play mode?
Fair enough. But it's still like, I mean, when you know, if you have this big animated option, I mean, she's an RC car worth of danger and destruction at best.
Adam, like, as the only other dog owner of this group, like Dexter's 11 and a half. He'll be 12 in September. So he's chilled out quite a bit throughout the years. But even then, he was just an easy puppy. He was never that wild. He still does some stupid things, like when there's a dog on the TV, when he goes barks at it and all that fun stuff, you know. But just generally speaking, he's always just been a pretty chill dog. But yours will get there. Brisket will get there. He'll chill out.
I mean, we had the easiest baby in the world with our daughter, and she's an amazing kid. I guess if I have to trade like good kid and like crazy fucking psycho dog, like that's fine. Like that's a trade I'll make every time.
You can leave the dog at home on a vacation and no one judges you for it.
Exactly. And you can talk about the cage that you put your dog in.
Yeah.
And you can just let total strangers come over and check on your dog.
You gotta have code words for your daughter cage.
Taz says she has 3 dogs, by the way.
All right, good dogs, all easy, or do you have the range? You know, do you have the 3 bears of dog temperament?
Is a very good question.
We'll just be here in silence until you answer.
Shall we wrap this bad boy up?
No, let's wait in silence for the answer.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. Wait.
The cutest.
The guy who said Adam's the smart one, right? I think you've got a plant in the audience tonight. So.
Bubby, is that you?
Bubby, you made a fake profile. Adam got you a sock account. I don't
I tell you guys, I talked to Bubby after Sunday's show, and she loved it, but she also said she cannot make brisket for us.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Don't mind me. I'm just eating some chicken wings here because this started around dinner time. You're saying that Bubby can't make brisket for us, or does not know how to make brisket at all?
She can't make it for us. Well, she could make she's made brisket in her day.
That's genetic obligation, man. Come on.
Yeah. Hold on. Why are we not invited for brisket? I want to know.
No, it's just she's just not going to make a brisket. There's a lot of work that goes into making a brisket.
Oh, okay. It's not like she's going to make a brisket.
She'd be happy to have us for something other than brisket.
I'm okay with that. I was just concerned that she was like, Adam, I'll make you a brisket, but your friends aren't invited.
Don't worry. But that would be perfectly reasonable if that was the case, given that I'm her grandson.
No, not reasonable at all. Really not reasonable.
Hey, Bubby, we love you.
Hey, look, he was just wandering in the back alley. Also not that Adam. Hey, I'm munching on some delicious wings, and I think they're yours.
They are mine.
Yeah.
They are mine, dressed with Cucino habanero hot sauce, though.
Yes.
Ooh.
I can only take credit for 99% of the thing in your mouth, but the 1% on the outside is fucking money.
It's so good. It's so good. I might come back for seconds as soon as this is over.
99% of brand, and I don't know.
Keep going.
I just want to quote out of context. I'm only responsible for 99% of the thing in your mouth.
It wouldn't be the first time I've been taken out of or in context.
At all. Well,
90% of brand's been in Yusuf's mouth. Who argues that statement?
Real news.
Don't answer that.
Hey guys, thanks for having me as always.
Thanks for coming on, man.
yeah, man. I'll give you a ring in a bit. Thank you for making delicious wings. But it's not your sauce.
No.
Yeah.
It's not. Just my chicken. I got be good.
See you, buddy.
All right, we got the pup date. Got an awesome service dog, retarded coonhound, and an evil gremlin of a chicken nugget.
Oh.
That is quite the gamut.
By those breeds.
Why is this the episode where people get to watch me eat? When are we done? I want to eat my dinner.
Let's be done. Let's be done. This was awesome. This was super fun.
No, let's extend the fast for Yusuf.
I don't have to worry anymore.
There we go.
I don't know how to do that part of it.
Did you just try to do that to me at the end of the show?
You said you didn't want people to watch you eat.
He knows he can't do that, right? He can't do that. That's not right.
We're just gonna have a round robin distancing.
Guys, cheers. Thank you for joining us. Help support the show, socialdistancedrinkingclub.com. Also, bigmarble.com to get a hold of some of that delicious ginger beer that you saw today, because it was muy delicioso.
I hear it's great.
Right? So, yes, cheers, everyone. Salud to you guys. And we will see you guys very, very soon. It has been another episode of the Social Distance Drinking Club.
Woo.